Hello, my name is Amnik Chalotra, and I am a Fresno State student, also a student fellow at the Fresno State Transportation Institute. Today, we are here at the 2025 Summit event, hosted in conjunction with multiple sponsors, and I'm joined with...
Hey there, my name is John Westrick, and I am a 7th grade teacher out in Kings Canyon Unified School District, specifically Grant Middle School, greatest school on earth.
Well, Mr. Westrick, you mentioned you have a school district. How does transportation play within your school district?
I know for us, geographically, we are one of the largest geographical areas of school districts in the state of California. We run a ton of school buses up and down the mountains, up into the foothills. I think we go all the way up into Kings Canyon National Park, if I'm not mistaken. I know we're in an area where a lot of air pollution tends to collect too, so I know that plays a role in like our after-school sports programs at times. So it's definitely something we're concerned with.
No, that makes sense, and it's great to have you here today. And I would like to touch more on that. Like, how does it benefit your students in particular? So you mentioned you're a 7th grade teacher. I know some of your students came to the summit event today with you.
We did. We actually brought 5 of our middle schoolers with us. 5 of our students are in our MESA program. For us, transportation, it does play a role because a lot of our kids have to walk to school as well. I know I mentioned a minute ago a lot of the school buses we run, but we're also a pretty big district that does a lot of walking. And, I know we don't want to see anybody getting hurt. We don't want to see anybody getting hurt riding their bikes to school. Just things of that nature. We just want to make sure that everything's going right.
No, and that's a great thing you're doing as well. So the theme of our summit event today is more focused on sustainable energy. How do you feel that what you've learned today, or like what have you seen at least today, kind of plays into that role in the future of your kids and like the walking needs that they might have?
I'm glad you asked that because we've written multiple, I'm a language arts teacher first and foremost, and we've actually written multiple essays this year that deal with solar power, for example. We've actually written essays on the high-speed rail project this year. So a lot of the things that we saw today at this summit, we've actually incorporated into our curriculum.
No, definitely. And I can see that today because we also, I don't know if Mr. Westrick mentioned it yet, their kids are actually presenting posters regarding our K-12 railroad model competition that's happening in April. So if you can touch a little bit on that and their work that they're presenting today.
Yeah, definitely. We put together a poster that shows the work that our students have done. We were fortunate enough to be in this railroad competition several years ago. We're very fortunate that we've hooked up with Fresno State Transportation Institute over the years. Dr. Tofik at Fresno State has been amazing for us. Lots of little projects. They've come to our school multiple times. This railroad project is a lot of fun for our kids, very challenging for our kids. Big projects. We've actually incorporated a lot of our MESA students in on this project. So to be able to come here today and see these displays, and it's just been a really good experience for our kids.
No, I can see that as well. And kind of you touched on this before as well. What is the MESA program?
MESA it stands for Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement. We've been lucky to be a part of the Fresno State MESA Center for many years now. Very fortunate to have our kids involved in that. A lot of STEM activities. And that's actually how we met Fresno State Transportation Institute. We were at a MESA event, and Becky from Fresno State Transportation Institute back in the day, she got a hold of us and said, hey, we'd love you to be a part of this. And we jumped on it because it seemed like a really neat program.
No, and we do miss Becky as well. She was our former staff assistant that we had. And kind of like the last question I want to mention is like, how does hands-on activities impact or help your students learn better, or like regarding your MESA program, the programs within that?
A lot of our kids are hands-on learners, and a lot of these STEM activities, they're doing things that they've never even thought about doing before. Building gliders that fly over volleyball nets, or, putting together a chair made of paper that can hold up 4 water bottles. And there's just so many of these hands-on activities that are it challenges our kids. They have to solve a problem. And I think in our generations nowadays, so many of our kids are just not challenged to solve problems. They have to think it through. They have to plan. They have to work it out. They have to fail. They have to move forward after failure. Failure is a good thing. They learn from it. You move on. So these activities, they're so beneficial for our kids.
And I know I said that was the last question, but something that you said that really touched me is the fact that like the hands-on activities. And how would you say like your students have gotten more interest in transportation out of these?
For a lot of them, I mean, doing the MESA program is what led them to the Fresno State Transportation Institute, the railroad project. They wouldn't have even been involved in it had it not been for some of these other hands-on activities. Building the cars that are self-propelled, and just so many little projects kind of led them to this project here that we're working on, which again is just an amazing project. A lot goes into it. There's just so much benefit from it.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Westrick, for joining us today at the summit event that we have today. And I'm really happy that you brought your kids along, and hopefully they enjoyed as well. That's it for our interview today, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.